So I'm a microbrand enthusiast, and I've always been curious about how microbrand owners, designers do their work. What does their workspace look like? And recently I was in Helsinki, Finland, and I got the opportunity to visit Yu Ando, who owns AndoAndoAndo. It's a Finnish-Japanese microbrand with some quirky, unique designs and watches. So I'm going to give you a short preview on what the workspace looks like, the kind of watches they design, and what I took away from visiting the designer space or showroom for AndoAndoAndo. There are hundreds of watch brands competing for attention today. Heritage, luxury, micro brands. And within this spectrum, there are some brands that are trying to do something slightly different, driven by creativity and by passion. And that's what brought me to AndoAndoAndo, a micro brand out of Helsinki, Finland. The company was founded by Yu Ando. He's also the designer. He started this company in 2018, 2019 with prototyping different watches, and then finally starting the production in 2020 with the A1 automatic watch. AndoAndoAndo is a brand that focuses on unconventional design, strong visual identity, limited editions, a lot of collaborations with artists, and the goal is to be in kind of an affordable range of between $300 to $600. I was first introduced to the watches in person at the District Time Watch Show in early 2026. I was able to try on a few pieces, and I was really impressed by the unique and quirky design, especially the vinyl record range. So this vinyl range is inspired by classic records and turntables. The watch transforms the dial into a miniature record player. The rotating discs, the hands are the hands of a turntable. It's quite playful. It's quite, in some ways, also nostalgic, and critically, from the perspective of the brand, is now very instantly recognizable. From the moment I've walked into the space, which is the showroom, also the design space that Yu Ando uses, I knew in some ways from the sketches, from the prototypes, and all the things, artifacts that were present there, that this was a very kind of creative, unique, quirky place where the designer worked. And all that was on display in the studio space. And there were watches from all different kinds and ranges in terms of companies, from micro brands, from established brands, from integrated bracelet, different straps, different kind of bracelets, different eras, neo-vintage, some vintage watches, some pretty new releases from different companies that had come out. So it was an interesting space, and it kind of showcased the diversity of what the designer is looking at any given time. And there were digital watches, there were automatic watches. So there was a whole range of things that was present there. And of course, there was a display of the different products that Yu Ando himself has worked on. And in addition to the watches and wristwatches, there were pocket watches, but there were also different toys that an inspiration for the designer. So overall, I was really impressed by the examples that were present and collaborations that had been done. And it wasn't just kind of a marketing exercise, so to say, what was present in the studio. There was a lot of evidence of stations, and there were also quite a few failed prototypes that he showed to me. So this was a really interesting experience from that perspective of going through all these different things. And of course, there was a whiteboard, there were sketches, there were different ideas, different things. And the thing that comes across is that so many of these things, so many of the prototypes, so many of the ideas actually don't really end in a product, or not always in a successful product. But they're all in some ways part of the process of the designer and as they're designing the watch. So what did I learn, or what was my takeaway from this visit? And it's interesting because I maybe anticipated more of a direct inspiration from certain pieces or a few pieces into the watch design, but I don't think that was really the case. I think the quirky nature of the design of watches is kind of reflected in the space and the collection that was present there. There were watches from some companies that I didn't know about, but a lot of the watches were from companies that are very popular. And they're not necessarily some very expensive watches. It's just a whole range of things, and there are different elements from there that kind of inspire the designer here, which is different, I would say, from some of the other micro brands where the inspiration is very singular and very clear. So it would be a known watch like the Rolex OP or the Explorer, and the elements from there kind of making it directly, but that is not the case here. And I think that's what makes this micro brand very unique and different, and why people who like their watches like them so much. And it's kind of these are pieces that are not just like tool watches, right? So that's something that is a statement piece. It says something about you, or it says something about your taste in watches or in design overall to wear some of the pieces, especially the vinyl record one, right? It's not something somebody would miss. So that's, I think, it's a unique take, and it's an interesting take, and I think that's what makes the microbrand space so interesting. And Ando and AndoAndoAndo are doing a great job of it, and it's definitely reflected in the kind of collaborations that he has had with other microbrand owners and watchmakers. And I think the other piece here is the limited editions and small, very short batches that are made. So you kind of are guaranteed somewhat uniqueness in the watch space if you buy one of those pieces. I think that's all for today, and keep watching.